Mile Zero Fest. I am Drew Kennedy. This is the Hemingway House. We're going to take a tour and see where one of America's most celebrated authors did a bulk of his work. So follow me.
Nailed it.
So one of the things that Hemingway liked about this house is that lighthouse right there. Because after a night of enjoying himself on Duval Street, probably Sloppy Joe's, he could look up and get his bearings and stumble in the right direction to get himself home for the night. So this house originally built by a sea captain, Asa Tiff right there. When the Hemingways got to Key West, they found this place abandoned and had been abandoned for almost 40 years. So they engaged in an extensive renovation and turned it into their home. And Ernest Hemingway lived here during the 10 years of his life, ended up doing a majority of his writing here. So 70% of what we have from Ernest Hemingway, he wrote in this house, built by a sea captain. You gotta trust a sea captain that knows how to build a house, right? So they moved in. I don't know if he drank a lot of beer, but I know he liked to drink. So I am certain that at some point, some particular alcoholic concoction that helped fuel one of the great American writers came right out of this baby, right here. Waking up every morning in a place like this, the light is incredible. Tall ceilings, big windows, you got a wraparound porch. I could imagine that even with a bit of a hangover, you'd be ready to get up out of this bed and get to work. Pretty cool. Wake up early, drink your coffee, get your writing in, and then go out and see the world and get inspired, or catch fish, or a buzz, or whatever. That's what we do. This is my favorite spot. As a writer, I am fascinated with the process that other writers go through in order to work on their craft. This is Hemingway's writing studio. But this space has the energy of a writer. The views are what the views need to be. You just occasionally look up, let your mind wander as you think about an idea, and then you come back to your work. Keep your most trusted books on the bookshelf for company, a couple of knickknacks of your hunting experience, but this is the spot. You would sit right here, and you would get to work. Pretty awesome to be in the same room as one of our great American writers. So, Hemingway left his house in Key West to go cover the Spanish Civil War with this new lover. Well, I don't know much about his personal life, but I bet it pissed his wife off. Hemingway was a man's man. He used to have a boxing ring right here, and he would challenge people to come fight him. Well, when he left to cover the Spanish Civil War for 13 months with his new lover, his wife here tore down that boxing ring and put in the largest in-ground pool in the States. When he came back after 13 months, he saw such the expensive project that they undertook. And he said, I've been making all this money covering a war and sending it home, and this is how you're spending it. You might as well take my last red cent. And he tosses it at his wife. And his wife gets the bright idea to put it into some of the cement that is still drying, so that after she eventually kicks him out for being a bit of a cheat, she'll be able to say that she has Ernest Hemingway's last red cent, and it is right here. Personally, if I had just gotten busted in a 13-month affair in Europe while I left my wife and kids here, and the punishment was a new in-ground pool in my backyard, I would consider myself getting away with something. But not Hemingway. He was pissed about it. So Sloppy Joe's on Duval, where he famously used to drink, was moving. The landlord didn't like the fact that they were raising the rent, so they were moving a block down the street, and they asked all of their faithful patrons to grab something and carry it down the street to help them move into the new location. Hemingway grabbed this urinal and carried it home, threw it into the yard, and in the morning when his wife saw it, she said, "What is that doing in my yard? This is not the kind of lifestyle we'll be living." And his response was, "I'll get rid of my pool when you get rid of yours." Probably one of the great Greek philosophers who noted about drinking alcohol, you never buy it, you only rent it. This is where you pay the rent. Of all the great pieces of literature that came out of this house, one of its most popular features has nothing to do with books. Six-toed cats. That's right, six-toed cats. Considered lucky by sailors. They would keep the mice at bay on the ship, keeping disease down for their crew. And six-toed cats are lucky. So after befriending a sea captain here in Key West, his kid was gifted with a six-toed kitten. And now there are 57 of them wandering the grounds here. But right there, toe number 6. What's up? They're everywhere, and they're good luck. So this is the Hemingway house. I hope when you're in Key West, you'll take the time to come visit it, because it's really an amazing place. And if you're a fan of writers at all, just the energy of this place is definitely something you need to experience. So thanks for tagging along. I'm Drew Kennedy. This is the Mile Zero Festival, and we're at Hemingway's house with the six-toed cat. That was great. Thanks. It just came up with this.